Is that us on? I think that's us on. Hello, and welcome back. I've got to turn this all the way up again because, of course, Resident Evil 2. Hello, Jeffrey. Do you want to come play? No? Alright. Oh, yeah, we got back into the police station, didn't we? That was kind of cool. That was kind of nice. That's just, I guess we'll just keep going. Now we've found a box and go back to being the little loot goblin that I like being. I love being a loot goblin. Right, let's see. Oh, we haven't done everything in this room. That's interesting. What else is there to do? Is it to do with the... I feel like it's to do with the light. Probably. Maybe. Oh, unless it's just that because these two rooms count as one. So it's like an adjoining room sort of deal. Maybe that's it. That feels more likely. Ooh, some magnum ammo, you say? Don't mind if I diddly do. We're going to come back to the topic of this morning's stream because I am angry. Like I am blood red mad. I am really cross with the state of that whole situation. Was not a good time. Was not a good time. And we're gonna fix, but we fixed it. I fixed it. I kept going. And I have made. I've made some shotgun ammo apparently. We'll put that away. I have made progress. I have figured something out. I don't know if it's necessarily going to be like a long-term solution, but it is at the very least, especially considering that it is on... Oh, hell no. Come on. I swear, if you get the bead... Hey! Flashbang. But it does nothing. Right? Can I just keep shooting him? Oh, I can, but now I'm in trouble and I'm gonna get attacked. That's no good. Can we just finish you all the way off? Is there a way to finish you all the way off? I'm not sure there necessarily is. I think it might be random. But we'll see. A knife. We like knives. Oh, hey, buddy. It's you on the other side. Alright, well that's you actually down. So let's maybe do the same thing for you. Can we chop your head up? Because that would be good. If I could finish you off somehow. Like, actually finish you off. Not just sort of like, oh, well, you're glitching out. Which is good enough for me, you know? A glitchy zombie is second only to a dead zombie. Right. Ooh, there's more to do here. What more could there be to do? Can we go into these bins? No? Can yous not? Can yous just... I would really like it if you didn't smash those windows. Oh, there we go. There's the last of it. Okay. So this is the safety deposit room, but we don't have anything for that. So I think we might actually have... I think we might have to wrap... Do we have to wrap round? Let's take another look downstairs, because now we have space in our inventory and so on. I have a feeling that we might be able to go back to where we need to use that little doodad. Yes, that's right. Oh, I forgot we had the map here. So yeah, we can totally verify that we've done everything we need to here. Although I'm pretty... Oh, there it is. There's the jail. That's what I was looking for. So oh, more dogs. Oh, balls. Do you know what? I'm gonna go get the shotgun. I'm making an executive decision that I'm not ready to take those on without a shotgun. I would also love to work out what this buzzing is on the screen, because it's not everywhere and always, but it is on some game. It is on some games. It's possibly. I think it might be a G-Sync thing. I suspect, but G-Sync you would expect that wouldn't exhibit itself on. It wouldn't show on. It wouldn't show on my actual screen, you would have thought. But, what are you going to do? I'll figure it out. Look at the state of your uniform, Leon. You mucky pup. Right. Now you, sir... That's enough of you. Jesus. Come on. Oh. Ah, that was a mistake. Used it all. That's what I get for being jumpy. I will send you to God. Stop it. I'm not about this tomfoolery, okay? There's enough tomfoolery in the world without you doing it as well, Milo. And or Jeffrey. Stupid bastards. Oh, we haven't... Oh, that's right. Now I remember. We have to voluntarily solve a puzzle and let all of the zombies out. I'm sure this is going to go well. Okay, so we got our little doodad, which is in there. Wait, what? We need more pieces? Motherfucker. Alright. Well, back to the police station it is, I guess. You get to stay inside a little while longer, fellas. Folks, fellas, and friends beyond the binary. Well, I suppose that's folks, isn't it, really? You could just say folks. I like folks. I like buddies as well. To be honest, I would love... There are some words that are typically gendered and usually refer to a bunch of guys that I would love if they became gender neutral, because chaps... I just goddamn love the word chap. It's just a great word, you know? It is a fantastically cromulent word. And I'd love that for there to be more use of chaps, you know? Can I? No, apparently not. Probably for the best. Now there was, I'm sure, 65 to 70% sure. Oh, that knife's a bit broken. It'd be lovely if there was like an upgraded knife that was less shit. But we can definitely use the crank here. So we will. We will, in fact, use the crank. And now we're in the other half of this room. Have we been here before? I don't think we have been here before, have we? It's saying there's something else to do in this bit. Oh, I guess, is there a sprinkler system? Do I need to turn off the... Do I need to turn on a sprinkler to get... I think I do. I vaguely remember that from the old game. The original, you might say. That's the wrong key. Chief of Hearts. Where do we come out down here? Is this somewhere we've been before? No. We've got folks. We've got a person. That's a human person. Oh. We've got a heart door. We've got... Oh. Shit. That doesn't sound good at all, does it? We've got a club key. Now, ideally, if you could just... That's what we're after. Because now you can't stand up. Maybe I should just be looking to, like, de-leg these people, you know? Are zombies people? They're not people. Ex-people. Kind of like I'm about to be an ex-game developer. Not because I'm going to kill myself, by the way. I'm just sick of it. Already. It takes so much energy, so much work. And I'm not sure I'm here for it. Maybe I... Oh, right, okay. That might be a licker, so I should probably be careful just sort of running around willy-nilly. What we got going on here? Got another blue herb. Incredible. Just what I've always wanted. Oh no, that's no good. Well, climb back up then. Oh, fuck. Alright. Well, that's me done. I don't remember that happening. Can I... Nope, there's no getting back up there now. Well... Ooh, some boulets. I like bullets. I use them all the time. Against my best interests. Oh! Oh, this is the other end of the fire. Oh, well, that's nice, I suppose. Oh, ooh! Oh. Could probably do with a bit of pipe there or something, couldn't we? Maybe like a... Can I switch the pipe that it's using? Maybe here. Ah, I see. So I think maybe if I go down here, I can possibly switch the pipe. Well, that's my hope. My fervent desire. Yeah, I should probably, realistically, I should use one of these. Because I'm not in a good way, I don't think. Oh no, I'm fine, apparently. Oh well, at the very least I'll combine a couple anyway. Well, that's not a good look, is it? Maybe I'll just... Oh, balls. Right, well, can we agree? No touching of the hair or face. Oh, now you're in trouble, folks. Because I just found some good bullets. Yeah, come on. Oh, a key. Come on. This is a fake out. Oh, hello. You don't look to be properly dead, but we'll... Oh, you rotten shit! I knew it. Hey! Get stabbed, buddy. Ugh. I am in the wrong category. Oh. But I will be in the right category in about 15 minutes. I suppose it's a... Oh. Did I could have sworn I have it in the... Oh. I updated it. It just decided not to do it. It keeps doing this, where it just doesn't... It doesn't remember that I've swapped category. Silly. Alright. So am I hurt now? I am hurt. Well, we've dealt with these two. That's looking good. We like that. I guess now we can potentially pump some water into... How does it go here? It's... when we get to the game dev, I will take you through the horrible little situation that I've been dealing with earlier today and today. Because I did a stream this morning, which I was thinking, oh, this isn't so bad. I'll tidy up a bit. And tidying up, as it turns out, was not a bad idea, but also very much, oh no, that's not a good thing to be having here. So what do I do? What do I do about that? I don't like it that you're here, buddy. Oh, he's just straight up coming for us. I'm in trouble. Oh God. I'm not even gonna try. If this guy gets me, I'm in big doo-doo. Can I just pop into the waiting room and then maybe have him not follow me around? Is there a loop? I can just run him up and down the stairs until he gets tired out or leaves. I can certainly see him coming at least. Yes, so I started a stream this morning. I thought I'll tidy up a little bit because the little whatever game, the chemical game, I thought there's some stuff here that I didn't like, and if I'm gonna add more recipes to it, I think it would be really good if I could tidy it up, make it a bit more. He's genuinely just wandering around out there, and I don't like that. So I guess I'm just going to stick over here and look for other things to do. Do we have a... Did I find the club key? I did find the club key. So maybe I could even... Maybe we could use the club key downstairs. Yes, let's do that. Tidying up meant fixing some things, including recursion. And as it turns out, I don't mind recursion. I think that a lot of programmers apparently do, or a lot of programming languages get stuck. Or are a little... Oh, no. That's not a good sound. Oh, Jesus! Oh. All right. Okay. So that's happening now. Good. Good. Maybe we'll go a different way, you know? Just, maybe we'll just have a look in some other rooms for totally unrelated reasons. God damn it, that's where we need to go. Oh, but we've used that in all of its forms, apparently. Do you know what? I'm going to save the game. Recursion can be a problem, especially when you have big circular references, because then it'll get stuck in a loop. And it's like a sibling to the whole infinite loop scenario, in that rather than being stuck in a while loop, it's this calls this, which calls this, which calls this, and that could be 100 items deep, and then it wraps around back to the top, and it does it again, and then you're in. Oh god! Oh shit! He's actually found me. No! Can I just? Do you know, mate? I think I've got a trick for you, and I don't think you're gonna like it. You wanna see my special secret move, buddy? It's called quit the game and load. I have a funny feeling it's not gonna remember where he is. Oh no, it totally does. He's still stomping around in the background. Alright, well, I guess we don't have a choice. We've got to carry on towards the liquor, I suppose. And I quite like, not necessarily recursive structures, but I certainly like structures where you've got like deeply interrelated components. And apparently Godot just doesn't handle it very well. Things are not allowed to have references to each other. So it's generally a bit of a problem. And apparently there are solutions known where it's kind of like it won't load. You can set it up to not load things by default, which is really all you ever want, is just control over when something gets loaded. And there are, oh no, that's not good. We've got a tool. We've got a grenade. I guess I'm gonna have to deal with you then, since you're not really giving me a choice.
What the hell?
What the hell is right? I've got a grand total of 18 bullets. Oh well. He's right. No, you rotten bastard. I feel like this game is awfully punishing in terms of what it counts as dead and not dead. But that's fine. Oh shit, and he's here as well. Even better. What if I just stand here, buddy? How smart are you? The liquor's gonna come for me now. God damn it. I'm not having a good time of it right now. Can I maybe... Is there anywhere else I can potentially go to avoid some of this? Some of these shenanigans? I don't seem to be able to go directly to the observation room. But I can, potentially... I think it was out through here, wasn't it? That I could go. So we'll do that, I guess. That's a standing up zombie. Well, maybe not. We'll maybe go the long way. Although the long way means giving Stompy a chance to... There he is. A chance to catch up. Why? Why are you even here? I don't think there's any reason for you to be here. Can I at least try and lose you a bit? Can it smell me or something? I hope not. Although this is why I told you to clean your uniform, Leon. Oh. That's not a good sound. He's coming. No. Use this. And then... Oh, and then we've used it all the times we need to use it. Got some gunpowder. Confiscation report. Oh. Six, 2, 11. That's the safe combination. Oh. We can jump sides. We might have to do that. Oh, perfect. I think this, if we combine that with this, we're going to get something. And we're going to get a stars badge. Oh, good. That seems important, possibly. Can he jump walls? I'm hoping he can't. He can't. Oh, ooh. See, Leon, look at all that. Look at all that gunk on your shoulder. Maybe if we just sit here a while, maybe he'll go away. Doesn't sound like he's going away. Anyway, I keep getting distracted. So there's an issue open with the engine where they're trying to fix it somehow. But fixing it, I think, is going to take a long time because obviously it's one of those things that there are ways around it. It's a workaround for a preference you might have for the kinds of structures that I was trying to create. But I have found a way to centralize everything and make it sort of a spoke kind of setup rather than a wheel setup. I think somebody's got him in the bum. Or maybe that was him. I don't know. Is that... I don't really want to be running around in here knowing he's out there. Because he's just going to be in the corridor, isn't he? He's just going to be in the corridor or something stupid like that. Well, you are. Okay, well, we'll skip him. And I think we're just going to hope that we're not going to get done in by the goofy goober over here. Yeah, that's the... Is he going to be right here? No? Okay. Well, that's good. Safe. We have a safe, though. He's clomping around somewhere. Right, so we had our combination, which was 6 to the left, 2 to the right, 11 to the left. So 6 to 11. Ho 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 ho! And we have a muzzle brake. Oh well, that seems critical. What does it do? Can I examine this now and see? Does it suppresses muzzle rise and increases accuracy? Okay, good, I guess. What do I have? I have a stars badge. No, can I examine it? Is there something special about it? Oh, there is. Ah, here we go. A badge-shaped USB connector. That's so silly. Okay. And then we need to get to the stars office then, which we can do by ducking over the hall. Now, is he out here? It doesn't seem to be. I think he's clomped off. That's good, I guess. Oh, and it's 7 o'clock anyway, so time to start streaming properly. The real kind. Oh no. He's done. He's gone. Marvin, no.
Oh no. Damn it.
Oh, we're just gonna leave him alone. He's a good guy. Maybe we can just save and hope for the best. Right. So, regular old streaming now. And we're going to talk about my trauma throughout the day, which has been not insubstantial. Okay, on to the regular stream. And we're going to swap to software. And you're going to take this time, aren't you? I'm going to click that and I'm going to press done, and it's not done it. Software. Second time's a go. Okay. So, what happened and why is it terrible? Is that better? I think there we go. So, the issue that we had, I've come back to this. And previously, let's use Krita to draw this out. So what we previously had in our little game.
Every mad scientist.
Yep. So we've got our stations, we've got our menu items, we've got the things that it actually spawns. And then we've got the stuff in the background, like it remembering what it has and hasn't spawned. So how that comes about is we've effectively got something like we had like a list of the actual buttons that we were going to spawn. We had a list of the objects that we were going to spawn. Donuts. And then the square, I think, is another one. And then we also had just the regular old internal names, which were going to be part of the recipe, which is how it looked it all up. Which was a disaster. It was awful. So then what I thought was, well, couldn't we tie all this together? I've used data structures in other situations, like a data transfer object. So what if we could do that? What if instead we could have just a big old object that had, here is the button, and it's got its little picture of the maggot on it and its little bit of text. And we know that it has our little model attached to it, which is our nice little 3D wriggling boy. Hello, Jeffrey. And then we could also have any other metadata that we might want to, capture about it and, do whatever else with. No problem. So then what we would do is where we individually had references to these lists, we could then centralize all of these by just pointing them all to this one object. And it meant that we could simplify a bunch of code. That was the idea. But as it turns out, Godot doesn't like that. And here is for why. So the model's just a model. So in here, when we say, here's the model that you spawn, we spawn that model, and that's pretty much the end of it. We pass this information to wherever it needs to go in the background, the actual code, the thinking about it, and that's the end of it. But the thing is, and this is where the problem comes in, is that when we spawn in the button, when we say, alright, we've unlocked this recipe now, you can now spawn this item. When we click the button, we need to know what that button does. And previously, this had a reference to these bits. And that was awkward. So instead I thought, well, we'll make this nice and simple. So when we do that, we'll make a reference to this. So then when we click it, we can just spawn in that, and it can then look in here, in this little folder effectively, and we can just pick out the appropriate item to spawn, the appropriate name to get, and whatever other metadata. No problem. Except, Godot says, I think you'll find that when I take a look at this, this actually contains this. And this contains a reference to this, which has one of these in there, which contains a reference to this, which has one of these in there, which contains a reference to this, and so on and so forth. And in a lot of languages, what you can do is you can sort of say, you can effectively say, put this in and don't do anything else. Or rather, I can say, have a reference to this, but then stop there. Don't go any further. Just link it and leave it alone. And when I ask you for something, I'll tell you that I want something. So there's something called JSON ignore properties in the Jackson library for Java. There's you can exclude things from HTML and hash code. You can exclude things. Basically, you can set it so that it only invokes it when you want it. Because we have a thing in JPA where you've got your little database entries, your little database objects, and you might have a book might have an author. So you'll have your book, and then I don't know why I was going to sort of start drawing with a square and then turn them into a person halfway through. So you've got your book and you've got your author, and you might want to know the author from the book, but you also might want to know all of the books that an author has written from the author if you have the other side. And you can map that, you can do that in code. But then what happens is the same thing, is it goes, okay, so I've got an author and I find that book, and then it goes, oh well, I want to know what the author is, I should probably eagerly fetch this. So then it does it, and it just keeps going around in circles. So what you can do is the same thing, is you do whichever side it is, you just say get that object and then stop there. I will ask you to get more stuff. Don't get ahead of yourself. And apparently Godot are working on this. It is something that they're aware of, but there's no fix for the time being. It's just a thing that is on the backlog, and I've written it down somewhere. But what I've done instead is something that hopefully makes a bit more sense. So I'm going to talk about it now, because if anybody does use Godot, if anybody watches this, probably not, but here is how I fixed it. So, in our ingredient DDO now, in fact, let's keep drawing it, actually, because drawing it makes it a little bit easier to explain, I think. So in here, we have a few things now. We have our UI image, which is the same as, well, we'll come to that. So we have a display name, which is going to be what it shows as on the button. We have an internal name, just in case that needs to be different. An ingredient type, so this is all the same stuff as before. And then we have an array of recipe components. So how do you build this item? What things are required to build this thing? And then we've got inside here, we've got our UI image, which is a texture 2D. And then we've got a model scene, which is the thing that we're going to spawn. So this is different from what we did this morning. So effectively now we have our public name. We have our, I can't really do an incognito mode icon. Oh, well, I'll tell you what, it's not too bad. We've got our public name, our private name, the model that we're going to spawn, the picture that we're going to use, and then what else do we have? The type of it, so, you know, which ingredient type does it form part of? And I think that's it. Oh yeah, and what other items are needed to spawn this? What combination of things do we need to spawn this? So now what happens is we had a cheeky workaround to make it work, but now what we have is in our inventory we effectively have the button, and the button has two slots. It has the picture that we're going to use and the label we're going to use. So then whenever I make a reference to this, whenever I want to unlock a recipe, what I do is I say, okay, so I have my object. This is my ingredient. And I say, all right, well, put this picture in here. Well, not exactly that. First I say, make me a brand new copy of this button. And what we do is we then say, okay, put this public name in here. Put this picture in here. And then what we do is we give it like a label that you can't really see, which is the private name on there as well. And so then what happens is when we click this button, it fires off something with this private name. And it basically says, okay, so when I get clicked, so we'll draw a little mouse, I guess. So when I get left clicked, fire off with this private name, and then look up in the list of, we've got this same sort of deal for all of the other different recipes. And we've got however many we've got, including the unlocked ones and the non-unlocked ones, and basically look up to see if we can make that thing. And if we can, then spawn it in, and so on. So effectively, it just puts it all so that everything is in this top level now, and everything else gets built from this top level, which I think is good. I think it is good to have all of this stuff in one place, and then other things just to reference it. So now, the UI item, there was one other small but significant wrinkle in it. So now what we have, it's broadly the same as it was before, if you like the last stream that I did this morning. But the important difference is we have this little scooch here. So basically, it's like I was saying, so there's just the generic button. We now don't have a button folder anymore. We could probably move some of this stuff into ingredients, but that's by the by. Yeah, I think we're good. No, actually, maybe we'll put this back in here and this back in here as well, and then we can change that to inventory / UI. Helps if it just has the one T. And then we've got an ingredient.tscn, which I think is our... See, I don't think that is it. I don't think that's a thing anymore. I think we've got rid of the concept of an ingredient. So we have our donut. Yeah, so there's no script attached to it anymore. So effectively, we can just get rid of ingredient, I think, because it's just a model. So that's nice. Open anyway. Oh dear. Maybe we should undo. Maybe we should redo that. Maybe we should restore ingredient.tscn, you know? Where did that come from? 85 bytes. Yeah, we'll restore that. Since apparently it twists if we get rid of it. So now that should work again. Yep, they all work again. But we'll probably recreate these now, I think, because we don't actually need, we don't care about this ingredient scene anymore. We don't care about it. We can just have them exist. So a donut. Can we set as main, not set as main scene? Can we edit dependencies? View owners. Can we break this? Edit dependencies. No, it doesn't tell us. View owners. No. Edit dependencies. Don't save. Anyway, I think we need to fix this now because we don't necessarily need this in anyway. But effectively, we've got our UI item in here. But when we've instantiated this, it isn't necessarily ready to go. So what we need to do is we need to give it 2 places to store that information, and then we can worry about it later on because it's as part of the setup. And we could probably do an await here, but this then means that we can just keep going, and this will keep setting itself up in the background. And I don't know if that's going to have a memory impact. I doubt it. I think I'm worrying about it too much, too early. So, it then means that inside the UI item, what we do is we set these on the way in as we make it, and then when it's ready, when it has finished setting itself up, then it asks for the UI image that we gave it, and it asks for the text that we gave it, and then it pops it in there. And this is the same as before, except now what we do as well, if we have a look in here, we also set the name of the scene to be the internal name. This might be a problem, and it maybe we need to give it to it as a string, but I think it's probably fine. It's broad strokes fine. And then the rest of it's just kind of the same as it was this morning, but it's been a little bit of a slog to get it to this point. But it now means that effectively we have this nice little file. Not that nice little file. This nice little file that we basically just make one of these, and then we can ferry this around wherever we need it. So in the if we have a look in the situation here, we've got the donut factory. The donut factory gets given the DTO. The inventory gets given the DTO. And the UI, although you can't really see it, well, the UI now doesn't have any references to it. But effectively, both ends of it get given that same information. Oh, and the state of the station, and the inventory. That's it really now, I think. So we've just made it that much more compact is the wrong word, but there's a hell of a lot less needed now to make the game work, and it is a little bit tidier. So maybe because I was very, very upset when I was working on this, I think maybe it's now worth coming back to this and just making sure that I have done this correctly. So what we're going to do here is we're going to say passes as separate variables to allow consumption when ready rather than waiting. Yep. Okay. I think that's it. I think that was the rest of it. I've already put the rest of it in there. But yeah, it now means we don't have that horrible little recursion problem. So that's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. And it's made me think maybe I'm not cut out to be a game developer. But then, who is? Who is? Weird people. People who probably make strange games that aren't fun. I don't know. That's a lie. It's people who make really good fun games. So let's look at what we were doing. So this is now, I feel like this is now in a pretty good place in terms of the fundamental functionality. So that's nice. That's nice. A fallback recipe. Ah, yeah, we do need to do that. Models, item stations, background. Okay. Well, I suppose we could do that. So let's see how hard this is to do. So we'll just to see whether this is actually powerful, you know? I'm hoping it is. Let's maybe pick a colour and we'll just do black. No, not like that. We don't want it going off the edges. We just want a weird... No. Come on. There's our mess. Alright, so we will save this. Oh, I think we want an opacity, don't we? We want a transparent background, I think. Can I unlock that and maybe change the... Can I shut this? No. New image. Content. Background color. Transparent. Can I have transparent? I want transparent, man. Is it because I'm doing background opacity 0? There. That should do it, I think. Right? I'm trying with Krita. I'm not sure I get it yet, but I'm certainly trying my best. There's our new mess. Save as, and then we will... Oh no, we want to export it, don't we? I think it's going to become more important over time as I need to do more of these icons and try and actually get kind of good at it. But for now, I'm not worrying too much about it. There's an overwhelming number of features, but I think that's not necessarily a bad thing. I find it more accessible and easier to just draw something than GIMP. GIMP is very... I find GIMP very overwhelming at times. Yeah. So we'll... A mess. Yeah. Lossless. That's good. So we should now have... So we're going to need an image. And we're going to need a model scene. So I guess our model... Maybe let's make a little model. The two best things here are custom brushes and brush sets. Let's see about a custom... Where's the brushes? So I guess that's in here, right? So I'm guessing you can pull a bunch of stuff in here. Oh yeah, there you go. Ooh, what's some of this stuff? Ooh. I mean, that's just like, yeah. But... Oh, you made those in Krita. Oh, very nice. I don't think I understand what I'm doing here, but... I should probably do a little tutorial. Next to the brush icon at the top left. Ooh. Interesting. You can adjust the brush. Next to the brush icon at the top to the left. Right click should... Oh, this thing. Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay. There's a lot of stuff here. Left of that. Oh, I see. Oh. That's a lot of stuff. It's beyond me though. Digital art is something that I am like completely a novice to. I mean, this is, even Blender is probably too much for me. And I think this is the challenge of being being a solo dev is you've got there's a lot of stuff to learn, and that makes sense. That makes sense. Well, let's do a cheeky little sculpt, and we'll maybe just inflate a bit. Well, first we should probably remesh, I guess, and make that to be a little bit smaller. And then we'll just pull this straight out, I guess. Can we put the strength up to 1? Oh, I think we should probably smooth it first. Oh, it hasn't actually remeshed, has it? I think it's trying. I think it might have crashed. Have I done the donut tutorial for Blender? I have not done the donut tutorial for Blender. I have crashed Blender, apparently. Oh no. Is it coming back? It's trying to come back. But I did a different tutorial for Blender. I made a... my Blender tutorial was the... yeah, I've heard as much. I got partway through. There were a few of the modifiers that I hadn't learned in this other course. But, has it come back? No, it has not come back. Alright, well, you do you, Blender. That's fine. But where's Blender? Some of the Blender stuff that I did. So, I made like a little... have a look at the render version. So I made this little thing. I mean, it was with an older version of Blender, so it doesn't really have the same effect as it did in the previous versions. But that was just like a little poly island. So that was the first section. What was section 2? Oh yes, that's right. So section 2 was like a little like a little dungeon, modular dungeon. So this is the actual dungeon that I made, but then these are all the individual components. Not wireframe. These are all the individual components that you can then use to make up the rest of it. What was section 3? Oh yeah, T-Rex. Very goofy looking T-Rex. Oh, there it is. Very nice, very nice. Nothing in particular. Just, I think this was more about scene. I think this was possibly about just doing. I can't even remember what this was supposed to be, but yeah, it's. So it's. I know a little bit about it, but not like a lot. This was. I think this was supposed to be teaching you about UVs and texturing. So this isn't particularly exciting, but it's there's a plane that flies across the top, which is all right. And then section 5. What was section 5? Oh yeah, this little guy. This little guy's kind of fun. I like him. He's okay, and he just has a little walk cycle. And then the last one was this guy, who I just sort of like... Well, that wasn't what you were supposed to sculpt. You were supposed to sculpt like a devil, demon kind of guy. But I thought it would be more fun to just sculpt a sad-looking old man. So that was it. Oh, it came back. It came back in the end. Very good. I think I maybe went a little bit too low. 0.01. Can I set that to be super high? Where's smooth? Smooth. Strength. Full strength. Please smooth yourself out. It doesn't really seem to be smoothing in the way that I'd be expecting it to. It also doesn't feel like it's using my GPU. So let's have a look at our preferences, because that seems very strange in terms of system. No, it is focus on sculpting over modifiers and got scared about the polygon count. Yeah. Why is the remesh so 0.1? Remesh at 0.01, at 0.1 even. Surely that's going to be enough. There, that's better. God. It's worrying that my PC's struggling with that though. We'll delete that and we'll start again. Now that we've understood the issue a bit more. Sculpting, and we're just going to do remesh, voxel size 0.1, 0.05. Because if it can't handle 0.05, I don't know what the hell is wrong with my computer. 0.7 that was. The more smooth this is, the more you smooth this, the more vertices. Yeah. So I want blobs. That's really what I want. So I'm going to smooth this a bit first, just to give it a bit more. Take advantage of whatever it is we're after. So we want, is it F? F to change the radius? That's it, yeah. So let's do like a little blob. Oh, they sort of like stay the same shape. That's kind of exactly what I'm after, really. Just a sort of rough kind of blob shape that we can have something to work with. And then once I've finished sculpting, I'll remesh at a higher resolution, I guess, and we'll just try and keep some of the check the vertex count before and after. Yeah. Where's the vertex count again? It's in here, I think. Statistics. There we go. A full 7,000 vertices. Ooh. Terrain tools in Unity. God damn, they're awful. Or at the very least, when I used them, I wasn't a big fan of them, I should say. That's probably a better way of thinking about it. I think I'm making it too uniform. That might be a problem. But I think the other thing about the Blender, like the donut tutorial specifically, is I get the feeling that Blender Guru focuses quite heavily on like 3D animation and 3D rendering rather than specifically doing things that are designed to be used in a video game. Because a lot of the time he's like, well, we don't need to worry too much about the poly count. It's like, yes, you do. You do. We always need to worry about the poly count. Yeah. Which is, you know, it like that is probably one of the primary focuses of Blender as a piece of software, but like it does somewhat limit the tutorial a little bit. There are like animation for games tutorials that this guy, Grant Abbott, does, which is quite useful. But okay, let's do That doesn't look too bad, I suppose. Considering it's just, you know, a random blob that I've thrown together. The game dev, yeah, you really do. You really, really do. Let's get that. That'll do. That looks like a decent enough mess. Right, so then hopefully we can try going back into here and maybe we can try and remesh that a bit. Let's pop a modifier on and see what this looks like with a remesh. Generate remesh. What would that be? Let's put our stats on. So this would be, okay, so if we do super high, we can do super low. So if we then change shade smooth, it'd be lovely to get some proper smoothing on that, but I don't think we're going to. Oh god damn it, that's why. I think 4,000's probably plenty. That seems alright. Let's just apply it. What the hell? And then can we shade smooth? That's better. I thought it might just be the modifier that was the issue. So actually, let's see if we can maybe... Let's see if we can pop that a little bit lower, in fact. Shade smooth. You can do voxel 3D. You can't do 3D modeling on Blender, get cyber sickness. Yeah, it is weird. Hello. How you doing? Fishy old fishy. I like it. I think if we just try, let's try applying that and then do shade smooth again. See, that's still fine. It's just still just a lump, which is really all we're after, is a lump. Voxel 3D sounds pretty fun. I imagine there's probably like a voxel editing program for that. I'm sure you were saying that Krita's quite good for pixel art, were you saying, I think? For aligning to grid and getting nice models out of it, which sounded quite fun. So we want to put this in Chem Game, Assets, Ingredients, and we'll call this mess.blend. And we should probably give it a material, I guess. Although in fairness, kind of that's probably fine, really. It doesn't have to be anything special. It just needs to be a random lump. Krita is pretty good for pixel art, not as good as dedicated ones, of course. Yeah, I imagine so. I don't think I'm ever going to be needing the crazy features. Well, maybe one day. Or maybe I need to acknowledge the fact that I'm going to have to like link up with people to make any game of true note, you know? Because we can't all spit out Undertale. I don't have the time or the patience, I don't think, to like dunk all of that time into a game and not know whether it's actually going to come out okay or not. Like this, it's already been too long. I should do it. I should really do I should do a devlog. Capture what I've got so far. But also, my New Year's resolution was to post more about on like socials, because I've logged into my Instagram on the machine so that I can make a mess and post about said mess. All right, well I've got a file there, so let's export that as a GLTF. We'll dump that in here, mess.glb. We just want to include selected objects. That's it. Bosh. So now I should be able to have a mesh. You're making a game and have absolutely no social media presence. Well, this is the thing. I kind of don't either. The closest thing I have to a social media presence is this. And it is, I will say, it is a little bit mercenary. I started this because I thought, if I get people interested in this, if I can get people interested in watching the game being made, maybe some of them might accidentally also enjoy the game that I'm making. And then I'm no good at Steam marketing. I'm no good at Steam. I'm not even registered yet. But maybe one day I might make a game that people will be interested in. The closest thing I have is sometimes mentioning I'm making a project. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Although I'm always a little bit hesitant, because like, what is it, the Twitch stuff? It always says like, oh, be very careful about promoting your stream on other people. It's like, I think it's fine. I think it's probably fine. So I tell you what, we're gonna make a new scene. Here we go. We're gonna make our mess, and we are going to. I think we basically just need to have a look at our mess.glb. There it is. Oh yeah, there it is. That's the one. Glorious. Doesn't it look incredible? Right, okay. So we've imported that fine. So then we can do Control Shift and A. And we can pull in mess.glb. And there it be. Does it need it? Maybe it needs a... Maybe I should give it a... Open anyway. Can I do an overrided? Do you know, it doesn't need a material right now. It's a placeholder. Although not a bad placeholder, because really we do just want something simple like that. So we'll call this mess.tscn, we'll put it in chem game, ingredients, mesh, mess.tscn. There we go. So now we have a mess, which is our little scribble there, and we've got mess here. So then that means that we have all of the things we need to make a mess. My Wi-Fi is too bad to do streams anyways, and I don't feel like becoming a dev vlog YouTuber, so I'm not sure what I'll do to promote my stuff. Do you know, I feel like you and me are in a very similar kind of boat, because I watch so many dev vlogs on YouTube, and it's like, and some of them are really good. You know, there's like Ace Roller's pretty good. I find his stuff really, I don't understand it in the slightest, but it's entertaining enough to watch. There's a couple other guys. There's like a guy making... Who's the guy making Extortion? I think that's what it was called. Extortion. That's him. This dude. Is his channel just Extortion? Artificial. Some of the stuff he does is really interesting, and it's out. And he releases like some pretty cool stuff in terms of like he's released a tool to programmatically make YouTube videos, like programmatically make animations for YouTube videos, which is pretty fun, pretty cool. And I don't know if it's free, but it's certainly, I don't think it's going to be very expensive. But this guy's pretty cool. So I get, but yeah, another Danny. Who's Danny? Danny, game dev, YouTube. Oh. Oh. Okay. I don't know who that is, but okay. But like that, yeah, I don't know what the deal is with Danny, but I think I know what, I get the vibe of what you mean, I think. But the problem that I have, the philosophical issue that I have with the YouTube stuff, is there's so many people out there who seem to be like genuinely telling you your business. And it's not necessarily that they're wrong to do that, but I kind of feel like you gotta be careful with that stuff. Because there's so many people who I see saying like, God, you're using an engine to make a video game? And it's like, yeah. Why would I not use an engine? And they're like, well, you need to make your own engine from scratch. Why would you not? It's just there's so much cruft and bloat in Unity and Unreal and Godot even. My game engine I built exactly from scratch, and it only crashes twice a day. And it'll always be the game that they've made in general is either not finished, is not finished, or it's really, really simple. It'll be like a platformer with one interesting movement mechanic. It'll be like, oh, well, this one, we have, you stick to the ceiling and something else. Making your own engine is a great way to procrastinate on making it. Yes, that is very true. That's exactly the issue that I have. Because if you're making an engine for your game, you're not making an engine. That's not really what an engine is. You're making another part of your game. You're making because effectively, unless you use that engine for another game, it's not an engine. It's just the basis of your game that enables the game to show on screen and accept input and so on. And you might reuse some of that code, but the whole point of an engine is to be reusable, is to be flexible, you know? So there are situations where that's useful. You know, there's whole versions of Linux or Unix-based operating systems, I should say, that have a specific goal in mind, like Alpine Linux. What's the other one? What's the one that isn't Alpine that's pretty decent for security because there's nothing in it? I can't remember what it is now, but that sort of stuff. And there's the hacking, basically like the hackers toolkit version of Linux. I'm sure there's all that sort of crap as well. So it's not that it's without merit. It absolutely does have merit. But what I would say is there's a lot of people out there promoting like particular practices, and I think that unless it's doing it with the best intentions and in good faith, I think a lot of the time people make these things to feel good about themselves, or to tell other people why they're stealthily tell other people why they're right, or somehow justify the way that they've gone about doing things. And I'm here basically just to be like, you know, blah. I don't want to be, like you say, I don't want to be a content farm, but I would like to try and Katamari, you know, roll up this looks a bit like a Katamari, roll up a few people along the way, you know, so that when eventually I get to the point where I'm like, oh, maybe I'll try and put this on Steam, there's at least like a couple of people who might play it and like tell their friends and, you know, do a little bit of word of mouth. Because I've worked out, well, I say I've worked out, I haven't. It's £100 to get your game listed on Steam. So if you put your game on at like £1 or £2 or something like that, even if it's just a little thing, then all that needs to happen is somewhere between 100 and 200 people need to buy your game and you've broke even, you know? A lot of game dev YouTubers say a ton of stuff in a professional tone, even though I haven't released. Yes, exactly that. And they'll say, here's how to make grass in Unity really easily. And it'll be a shit way that enables you to make like, well, this Ace Roller does a specific video on that so many tutorials on YouTube are about like they'll show you a way to do it, but you couldn't ever scale that up. It wouldn't allow you to then do it in a game. It does it. They do it in a way that makes the video good, rather than doing it in a way that is complicated but saves you time and performance and frames further down the line. Do you know, this conversation is really nice to be having, especially after the day that I've had today, because there's been like a lot of today I've been sitting there thinking, fuck me, man. I don't know if I'm cut out to do this, because I'm stressing about stuff. I'm fannying on with this stuff alongside here, thinking, oh, how do these people do it? How are these people so good at this stuff? Like, what is it that I'm just not smart enough to... It's not to say not smart enough as in, like, you know, I'm intelligent. Like, not to toot my own horn, but like I'm a pretty decent jack of all trades. Like, I will write you a little story or a poem. I will write you some software, do it for a job. I will play the guitar. I am learning the accordion. Other like bits and bobs. I'm doing all these bits and but it would be really nice to just like for something to just come naturally to people. Who is to say it was easy for them? A very good point, and I think there will be people who struggled, but I think there is definitely a sense of like, because I know from other things that I do, like I can pick up the guitar and within 5-10 minutes I can pick out whatever tune it is. I could probably work it out. With this, it is a much bigger struggle. It doesn't just come naturally to me, and obviously there is an element of Godot and Unity and C#, Java, C++, whatever it is. They're written in particular ways by people who aren't me and don't necessarily think like me. I did have to learn to be able to do that, I suppose, to some extent. But I think there is an element of talent to it as well, and I don't think I'm a talented game designer. I think I'm just having to do the nose to the grindstone stuff. Honestly, I think that is the weird bit is YouTube, like you say, YouTube is supposed to be supplementary, but it took over their whole game dev career because it was slightly easier to get stuff out. Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? I guess I try and do a lot of things, and I suppose that's why I'm thinking I would like to think I'm reasonably well cut out to be a solo game dev. And I think, much like the Katamari, some of this stuff should get easier over time. It is going to be the kind of thing that if I just keep cranking out little games, just little bits and pieces, every game I'll do something in there that I'm like, I can use that in the future. So then when I'm making 4 or 5 games down the line, hopefully I'll be able to flip back and go, I remember when I did this before, and I can pull that out. And also I have a book now. I got a book for Christmas, so I'm going to read a bunch of books for it. So yeah, anyway. Yeah, but thank you, Fishy Old Fishy. That's I think it is very validating for you to be seeing that and to be so jaded about YouTube content and content in general, because it is kind of... How long have I been game deving? I started doing a course in lockdown. There are a few games that I haven't... Well, there's not loads of them. Oh god, I think I'd have to log in to see all of them. This one is just like... It's basically just a little Lilac Wars, Star Fox kind of thing. This Time and Other Fiddly Concepts is a very wonky little game that I started making in like April of this year. But I finished it in like November, I think. It's only half an hour long and it's not very good, but it's complete. It is finished. You can get from one end to the other, and it's all right. I feel like it's got a couple of interesting concepts in. It's not. It wasn't what I had in my mind, and I think but that's going to be true of every game. But I think I think over time the gap between what I plan, either because I plan less or I get better at realizing it, the gap should hopefully get smaller and smaller until eventually it's broadly what I expected it to be. I'll see if am I logged in on this browser? I don't know if I am. Can I show you some of the other games? Yes, I am logged in. So I can, no, not library. Dashboard. Here we go. So there's, what is there? So there's just like there's just little bits and bobs. So this was one of the first games that I ever made, just a little browser game, and it's basically just, see, it doesn't even run in the browser properly. There's supposed to be particles coming out the bottom there, but they're only barely working. Oh. Am I still good at my own game? Not really. But yeah, I've made like little games, but really they're very little more than prototypes. I think what was it decent? Was there any decent browser ones? Oh, there was that where's Entris, the shitey little Tetris game that I made. This one's, so you can I'll pause the music. But it has this one. I suppose actually, in a way, this one's quite good because it's extensible Tetris. It's not just Tetris in the sense that it is a Tetris clone. It allows you to arbitrarily define custom shapes for Tetris. So if I wanted to, I could very easily go in and add like a 3x3 brick if I really wanted to, which is sort of against the original design of Tetris, and I think they've settled on 4 shapes for probably some very good reasons. But at the same time, it's nice to have that kind of extensible behavior. And the idea that I came up with for this one of like that extensible behavior, that is something that I ended up using elsewhere. So I guess maybe there's more progress than I thought. It's a really lovely rendition of Korobinki as well. Not mine. I didn't do it. But I discovered recently the where is it? Gregor Quendel. This guy has where is it? Classical Music Collection. Is it this one? No. He has maybe I can just find it from his website. There it is, classicals.de. There's like a bunch of free like royalty-free versions of classical music that you can just use, which is pretty cool. There's like a licensing thing, I think. Info. Yeah, so I think there's like a licensing. You've got to put like a little license in there, but I think you may not use the material for commercial purposes. Oh, that's a shame. So you kind of can't. But if you wanted to, you could download all of them and make a little playlist for your stream, which I'm thinking of doing because, god damn it, as much as I really like lo-fi stuff and Stream Beats Harris Heller is very cool for letting Stream Beats be used on Twitch without impediment. That's the word I'm looking for. Without impediment. It is kind of so yeah, I've been doing it a little while, but there's only 2 that I've made publicly available. I've taken all the other ones off. These 2 are the only ones that I think are broadly worth playing. So yeah, I guess I started it in 2020, stopped in 2020, did a master's degree up until sort of tail end of 2023, start of 2024, I think. And then yeah, last year I basically just sort of finished off the course and started making Time of the Fiddly Concepts, which was the first game that I ever made. First finished game that was just me that I ever made. And then this is number 2. I took a break to learn Godot a bit. And now we're on to this. You started late 2023. Very nice, very nice. Do you have any like screenshots or any like any links? I think it'll let you put links in the chat. I'm pretty sure I didn't like limit anything. All right, so I think by the way, I think I'm now in a position where I can potentially create this fallback. I'm not entirely sure how I want to do this, but I think this is, so we're going to do an ingredient DDO, and we're going to call it mess DDO. I don't think the name matters so much now, so I might actually rename these, but we'll sort that later. So display name mess, internal name mess, ingredient type organic, I guess. Recipe components, we want to say none, because we're not going to assign this to anything. We want to quick load our mess, and our model scene is going to be this one. Mess. Don't have a single finished project, but I've got one that I could probably finish today if I wanted to dig through my project archives. Just even some screenshots, you know, just to like what are your hopes for it, you know? Are there any games you're like super stoked? Well, actually, this is the thing. There's a bunch of different games that I've got in the pipeline that I'd love to be able to finish someday. There's one about a skeleton that I wanted to make after this. Well, it was instead of this, but then Hydronus, who I guess isn't here. Maybe he is. Hydronus basically said, why don't you make this game? And yep, so that's how this started. And I don't really know what to make of it. So let's see if I do. I think if I just go into the inventory, so let's go into our script bit. And I think because this isn't because this is basically just a regular recipe. Even better. I think we can just do mess.ddo. No, not like that. Not like that. Try that again. There we go. So we've got our mess.ddo as one of the things that we can just do. So now when we do unlock item, so we don't want unlock item. No, maybe we do. Maybe we do. Unlocked ingredients. Maybe we don't want it here. I think we actually want it in station. Spawnable ingredients, there it is. So we also want mess DDO. Did I do that wrong? I think I did. I think I held down shift instead of control. So we'll maybe pop this down here. Yes. So now what we're going to do is when we spawn an ingredient from a recipe, if item to spawn is not null, then we're going to do that. Otherwise, we're going to do else placement space dot spawn item at mess. We call it a mess DDO. Dot model scene new item spawn slot And then we're going to do item slots, new item spawn slot equals item, not item to spawn, but it's going to be messdbo.internal name. So in theory now, without too much work,
Every mad side.
we should be able to just go... Oh, we technically can't. Ooh, if we do it on here, we should be able to make a mess. There it is! We made a mess. Very good. Do we want to unlock the recipe? I guess we could. There's no reason we couldn't. Then inventory.unlock item to spawn, not item to spawn, mess DBO. There we go. Maybe we should make a new category for this as well. See, this is where I'm starting to feel like this could be where the rubber hits the road to an extent. Because now we can just say useless on the end there. And we can do ingredient type useless. Turn useless. It's a shame you can't assign these variables up here, like put them inside with it. But I guess that's it. So now we should be able to do the same thing. So if we do over here, we go blah 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 blah, we unlock that, we can kill that. But now if we go back over here and we do the same thing, because this station doesn't have a recipe for that, we can just make a mess. It's put it under organics. Why is it put it under organics? I know why it's put under organics. It's because I've still got it as organics rather than useless. So I now do that again. There it is. Useless, and there's our mess. So we can just make a bunch of messes, and it just makes more of a mess. Oh no. But we want to make sure we can't unlock it more than once. Otherwise that's going to end up filling up the inventory very, very quickly. Your most impressive project's only footage is really crunchy because it's old footage and I forgot how the project worked. Death by assigning random key points to very important test features. Very good. Very good. Oh, yeah. I remember that. I remember putting important test features on keys and being like, oh, okay, I'm sure this'll end well. So we want this to not unlock every time. Maybe we don't unlock it. Maybe you just can't. Maybe we'll pop something down here. I don't know. So we won't unlock the item. We'll just do maybe like a... I'll remember this. Yeah, I'll remember this. That's always a good one. I specifically did that this morning where I was trying to remember, and it was the recursion. There was the recursion thing. That was the reason I'd done it the way I'd done it. But I fixed it now. I fixed it, and I put comments in, so now I will remember it. So we might want to do. So we'll do a to-do rather than a to-do, because to-do is we need to fix this. To-do is it would be nice if we sorted this. So we'll to-do maybe a message for unlocking or making a mess. Yeah. Or maybe it's like a separate thing altogether. Who's to say? So, oh, here we go. Oh. the most... Yes, it did. It did. That looks pretty cool, though. Like, are these... Like, so I'm guessing this is like a planet? Where you've got, like, blocks, rocks, plants, misc. Could almost be like a Zen garden, you know? I like it. Oh, it's a fish tank. Ah. Oh, and there's the fish. I like it. And are these like the plants that you've spawned in? I like it. So was it going to be like a meditation sort of, like a, because there's one that I've got a while ago. Somehow made custom A-star algorithms before knowing what class meant. Very good. Very good. What was that? Is it plant? Plant game. PC. Not plant, like garden game. Meditative. No. God damn it, I'm never going to be able to find it. There was a little game that I had, and I can't remember its name, but it was like it's a way, it's supposed to be a chill game. Collect the plecos. Yeah, but I think is it in Simulator? Because I'm sure I had it. Is it Sandbox, maybe? Viridai, there it is. I do have it. I don't know if it's going to remember my plants or anything. It probably won't. Here it is. So this isn't. I'm guessing this isn't exactly what you. Oh God, yeah, everything's going to be dead. Wow, wow. But it remembered my progress. It remembered the last time I was here. And like the idea is that I think some of these might genuinely be like all the way dead, but we'll see. Let's see if we can bring them back. How do you do it again? So we should have like a watering can or something, I think. Do we have a watering can? I think we're supposed to. Oh, there it is. Alright, so we can do... Psh, 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 psh. We brought it back. Bringing them all back. We've got a snail. Wow, cute. So I guess this, I'm guessing this isn't exactly the vibe you were going for, but like, I don't know, that same kind of meditation kind of, it's more about like the vibes than it is about like some sort of sweat fest. I always thought this game was like super popular, and I was like, oh wow, I bet this does well, and I'm not actually sure. Oh, I got some aloe vera apparently. Where's the other? What am I looking for? Navigate to Grove. Oh yeah, I called the pot Nathan. I'm not sure why. Original pot. There it is. Oh, I did something apparently. I got some achievements for it. Incredible. So thank you for making me check on my Viridai pot that I haven't checked probably since I made this computer, which was start of last year or something. Oh no, it's not last year anymore, is it? It's this year. So 2 years ago. 2 years old, this PC, I think. And I have heard that the new GeForce cards are coming out at the end of the month, so I might take a little look-see at that, because that might be something I'm interested in. I'm just looking for something in my life that's gonna either make me happy enough that I don't feel the need to make a game, or to make a game that makes me, I don't know. Maybe I'm looking for happiness in the wrong places. Navigate to grow. But yeah, there's all sorts of weird stuff in this. You get the idea. But there's a lot of this. There's a lot of transactions in here, and I don't know what the deal is in terms of like, is it? I'm not sure what it's supposed to be really. Did it sell? Did lots of people? Oh no, some people bought it. Who made it? Some folks. I see. So it might genuinely have been like a, okay. Is that Michael Bell as in like Raziel Michael Bell? Probably not. Anyway, carrying on. I'm getting distracted. So yeah, we've got to do for making a mess. But we can now make a mess. But that's pretty cool though. I hope you get somewhere with it, because is this why your username's Fishy Old Fishy, with it being like a fish tank? So fallback recipe is a mess. Yes, it is. That works now. Making a different game now. It still has fish. Ah, okay. Okay. Well, there's a guy who used to come in here semi-regularly. Hasn't been in for a while, I don't think. And he was very much an ideas guy, in the sense that he would say he had a bunch of different ideas for games. But he never really seemed to grasp the idea that if he was going to do it by himself, he needed to actually, like, capital D, start doing it. And, yeah. Whenever I would talk to him about it, I'd say, he's like, oh, that's really complicated, though. Like, it's really difficult learning how to code. I'm like, yeah, it is. It's really difficult to learn how to code. But also, it's kind of not, you know? Like, you can get started. It's never been easier to learn how to code. Languages are a lot more user-friendly than they used to be. You know, we've got debuggers that are fantastic these days. But you have to actually do it. And so what it would come down to is you'd say, I can make models. So I'm like, okay, good. So then write some code, you know, start basic. And he's like, yeah, but no, I've got this idea for a game, but it's going to be great because it's going to have this and it's going to have that and it's going to have blah, blah, blah. And I'd say, okay, how about you make a simpler game first to learn one of the things to make the next game? He's like, no, I'm going to make the big game straight away. And I'm like, okay, good for you. I'm sure that'll go absolutely gangbusters. And so, you know, the fact that you got to the point where you had a prototype and you got the fish tank, that's further than a hell of a lot of people ever get. And I think, to be kind to myself, a Morrowind clone. Very good. Good choice of game to clone, though. Very, very good. Oh, Morrowind was one of my favourite. There's nothing quite like Elder Scrolls 3, is there? It's the thing that I was like, I think this is going to be a great game. You made an inventory system without knowing what parameters were. Fantastic. What was it? The scroll, the jump and scroll, where you just hear like the and he just like falls out the sky. And then you pick up the scrolls and it's like, oh, I'll just jump from one side of the map to the other. And you're like, that sounds great. There'd be no problem. I bet it is. I bet it's an absolute treat to look at. Impressive, though. Very impressive. So, okay, come on. I think I'm getting stuck. So we're happy with this. I'm going to leave this for now. That's in progress. That's in progress. Yeah, we're good. So that we started on. Let's have a look at that now. Where did we get to with the station? Not the stations bit. So we'll come out of this entirely and go into the light gun game. Good. We should probably have a little particle system that spawns whenever we hit them. So maybe we could do that. I guess like a little placeholder particle. So maybe let's do that. No 3D. GPU particles 3D. Let's make some particles. Meshes have not been assigned to draw passes. Ooh. Ooh. Let's do just a new point mesh? No. A new box mesh. Is that what we're after? I don't think it is. Hello, Milo. Lifetime 1 second. I feel like that's far too big. 0.1. It's still probably too big. That's smaller, I guess, to start with. 8. We probably want some gravity or something, I guess, to it. Is it in geometry? I can't remember where you do it in terms of particle emission. No. Lifetime 1. What am I looking for again? Is it passes? Skin? We're not in skin. I don't think that is what I'm after, you know. Lifetime 1 second. Explosiveness. I think this is not a million miles away from where I want to be, but I can't really remember how you do GPU particles. Let's have a little bit of a poke around, you know. So it's in Node 3D. I think it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is GPU particles 3D. So we've got time, collision, drawing, trails, process material, new particle process material. This looks better. This looks like what we're about, I think. So let's do any box mesh. That's the badger. Here we'll go. Okay, right. So we'll do 0.05. And we'll maybe do. Can we do a little bit of a mission on this? That would be nice, wouldn't it? Material, new standard material 3D. Maybe we'll do a mission and we'll change the mission to be like, what color happens when you fire a gun? Probably like yellow, I guess, right? very bright yellow. Like almost white, really. Perfect. That's exactly what we're after. But maybe even whiter still. There we go. And probably smaller still, I guess. How big's that? Well, we'll see. We can probably fiddle with that later on. Okay, but that's probably not a million miles away from what we're after. So that's our draw pass is done. So now we want to work out. So I guess we can probably start with not explosiveness, but randomness. When do we have randomness? No. Yeah, I think we're after something in here, aren't we? We're wanting gravity. I think. We don't want any gravity, I don't think. Is accelerations? Gravity. Here it is. So we don't want any gravity. Linear acceleration. Velocity. Spread. So we want like in the... No, not inherited velocity. Initial velocity. There it is. That's what we're after. Something like that. But we want it to be, instead of the X direction, we want it to be the minus X direction. So we could maybe do like that. And there it is. It's coming out. So we want explosiveness. We do want explosiveness to be quite high, actually. Pretty high. Pretty good. Probably a closer spread, maybe. Sort of there. Well, oh, thank you for following. That's very kind of you. And look, you... Oh, blimey. You got an explosion of Jeff and Milo. Milo, do you want to come say hello? You're famous. You're on screen. This is Milo. But yeah, thank you for following, and hopefully talk to you soon. And yeah, cat explosion, always good. Maybe that's what I should do. Is I should paint tiny little cats onto the bullet ricochets. Put them in the game somehow. But yeah, thanks for stopping in. It's been very nice talking to you. Alright, so we need a lower lifetime, I think. Ooh, that's very, very low. Bye for now. Bye for now. Probably a few more. Maybe like 20 or something. Much lower lifetime, I think. 0.05, I think. Maybe something like that. Why does it seem so hell-bent? Alright, so we want emitting on, but we don't want it to loop, I guess. Can we have a looping? It's just going to loop indefinitely. One shot. There we go. They are very explosive, but I think probably what we want is like a broader range. Something like that. Let's see what that looks like. So let's maybe now change that to muzzle hit flash, I guess. I guess that's probably good enough. So we'll put this in light gun. We'll just put it here for now. Worry about it later. So maybe now, when we go into here, at the point that we fire, it'd be good if we had... We'll put it on the player for now, and then we'll move it later, because I think the weapon should probably care about this, but we don't have a concept of a weapon yet, so we'll just get that working. So export bar, hit flash. Call this a packed scene. Okay. If shape is weak spot, then what do we want to do here? We want to do shape, take damage, and target dot raycast 3D dot. Can we get the collision point? Collision point. Spawn at a location. So hit flash. There's going to be a problem here because we want to destroy this really after it's been played. But we'll worry about that in a second. So we'll just do hit flash dot instantiate hit flash equals hit flash dot instantiate, and then we want to do flash dot transform equals that. Oh, it doesn't like that. Or flash. And then what we're going to do is we're going to say shape dot add child flash, I guess. Is that going to do it? Is that how we've done it in here? When we place a space, when we place something, parent dot add child. Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. So let's now try. This might not. Oh no, of course it's not going to work because we haven't given it. We haven't given it a muzzle flash. Hit flash. Okay.
Every med.
No, that's the wrong one. This one. So let's see what happens here. Oh, but it's not transform, is it? Let's have a look at what we've got in there. Position. In fact, let's look at another project where I've done something very similar, just so that I can nicely I can see how I've done this in the past. Is it in player? Where have I done this before? I do not think it is here. So we've got weapon handler, smooth camera, game over, crosshair, ammo handler, weapons, hit scan weapon. That seems like a plausible place to put it. Sparks, packed scene. There we go. That's a good start. So we want to do funk shoot. If they have ammo handler, muzzle flash dot restart. Cooldown timer. VAR collider. If Raycast 3, if Collider is enemy, for Spark, it was Sparks and such it. And then Spark. So Flash. Shape.addChild. Then we want to do Flash.global position equals Raycast 3D.getCollisionPoint. This. I knew I wasn't a million miles away. Let's try that. Let's see if it looks less shitey. So we should hopefully see... Well, it did it. It just didn't do it very well. It might be facing the wrong direction. I have a funny feeling. Sparks. So how have I done this before? I think that is basically it, isn't it? So what do we have in terms of this hit flash? Does it automatically start emitting on? Do we have an autoplay? Well, I tell you what, there's because we haven't actually done anything about destroying it, we should be able... Oh, helps if I am trying to start the right scene, doesn't it? So in theory, one of those now, if we go into our zombie spawner, zombie path, one of these should have a child of hit flash, and it does. Okay, so it is spawning it, it's just not very impressive. Do we need to make this global? I think we probably need to make it global. Top level. What if we do that? Still nothing. Is it something about you? What's happening with you then? What's happening with you? Let's go have a look at where I've done this in the past and see if there's anything weird or different about what I've done before. This guy. So, we have a folder called weapons, I think. Player weapons, there it is. So we should have sparks.tscn. We have an animation player. That might be why. Okay. Sparks emitting. Oh. Immediately emit. That'll be why. That'll be why. So. We probably also want to destroy those sparks at the end. Because surely that's not genuinely how it's working, is it? I hope not. Right, so oh shit, I'm out of ammo. Whoops. So we've got a lot of flashes going on there. But let's just double check. Level contents. Game first floor. Surely. I'm kind of hoping that the screen 2. See, this is where the editor would be really handy, wouldn't it? Which I think is why a lot of people are so excited about Godot. 4.4. Okay. So now we should have. It's not going to be that. It's going to be generator. Okay, yeah. So they are getting destroyed, which is good. But lifetime 0.5 seconds. So I think what's happening there is, yeah, I think I know what the deal is. All right. So we want to go back into here. And we want to go, we want to put this as top level. This is going to be make top level. Make scene root. Get rid of that because we don't really need it. And then we're going to give this an animation player to make sure that it actually plays. And then we're going to add a track. Flash, yes. Auto start. It's still super keen. Property track. On here, and we're going to give it emitting, and at this point we're going to add a keyframe. And we're going to set it to true. And we're going to set it to on. Now let's try it. This should hopefully be a bit better. Pow, pow. Well, it's playing, but it's gone the wrong way. It's firing the wrong way. So I guess we want it like as a guess, we probably want that coming into the 1. Z is 1. Let's try that. Yep, there we go. So that fixes it. But it is interesting that we have seemingly some other way of when it collides, it's doing something else. Let's take another look at that project actually. Oh, sorry, I just seen. Thank you for the look, and thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. It's very nice of you to pop by. It's always nice of you to pop by. Have a good rest of your day. I've just looked at the same project. Robo Rampage. Here we go. We might want to pull some of these bits out of it. But for now, let's take a look through here. Because I feel like there's more going on here than I do have in the other game. None of that. Okay, so none of that. None of that. Apparently some of this. Muzzle flash. Ah, yeah. So it's just instantiating regardless. Wait a second. Spread 180. I think that's possibly why. So I think technically speaking, is that... I think that's going in all directions. Or is it? What happens if we turn that to be off one shot? Oh, they are different every time. So what do we have in here that's actually interesting? So we don't have anything in terms of position. That's different. We do want to be changing the size by the looks of it, I think. Which makes sense. Initial velocity between 1 and 5. Apparently we've got gravity turned on, which is interesting. I don't think we want any of the animated stuff. Linear acceleration. Okay. Scale, min of 0.5, max of 0.5. Scale curve. Do we care about the curve? Apparently we do. Scale over velocity. Scale over time though. Do we have a scale over time? Is that what this is? Yes, I think that is what it is. Okay. So we'll not fart around with that too much. And we'll go instead into our project. My project. They're both my projects, but you know. Into our hit flash. So let's fiddle with this a bit. Explosiveness 1. I think what we want to get that spread. So where's the spread? See, that's now in every direction. So apparently we do want gravity on. And apparently we want that velocity to be somewhere between 1 and 2, I guess. And our scale as well. Scale curve. There we go. Okay. And what's our initial velocity? Let's double check that. So we've got in our velocity there, where we're getting that velocity. We've got initial velocity of probably 1 or 2. That seems alright. But I would like to know what I had set up. The t'other thing. I've just opened the same fucking project again. You can tell I've done 2 streams today, can't you? Not bringing my best. So in terms of our velocity, we have an x of 1 apparently, and a minimum of 1 and 5. Okay, okay. Well, you know, I'm quite happy to steal from myself in the past. I swear that is from Factorio. Okay. One shot. There we go. So now, in theory, when we start this off again, we should get a better... See, now it's facing away though. Which is interesting. So what have I got differently here? Well, first of all, let's try playing the game, wandering over to an enemy. Ah, yeah, it does just sort of phase through them. Okay. And it is doing the same thing. It's just that these happen to be a lot smaller. So, as with a lot of tutorials, I think we were saying this before, we're in a situation where what we've learned in the past isn't really going to serve us anymore, and we need to come up with a better way of dealing with it. I guess we could try not having the position be top level. So it'll move with it. I think it would be nice to have it. I think really what I think we do want it to be the minus X, you know. I think maybe we do. Let's try that. So I think that's going to look much better. Oh, no. I tell a lie. I think that's possibly because we're putting it in the wrong place. I think we do need to add a child this. So we'll do that. Well, that's better. It's something, you know? We could probably capture the mouse as well and replace it with a cursor. That's probably one for later. I don't really feel like doing that right now. To be honest, I don't really feel like doing more streaming today. I think 5 hours of streaming is probably more than enough. So what can I do to try and get a little bit more energy back and try and finish strong? Well, let's write down some of this stuff that I'm... No, not that. Oh, fuck, what was written there? There we go. Control D. Crosshair. Hit effects. Animations. That's very high level. I think I probably need to break that down some more. I could potentially model some of these things. So let's maybe do that. We made water. We made a glass of water. We can make. We could make a Coke can. Let's make a Coke can. I feel like that's something that's gonna not get me out of the rut, but at the very least try and, you know, get me somewhere, get me going somewhere. All right. So Shift A, and we're going to put in a cylinder. Let's make a super simple Coke can. How complicated of a Coke can do we want? I'm thinking not complicated. Four is probably way too many, but we'll see. So we'll start by selecting this edge loop. Well, I suppose let's do the easy bit first. Semi-easy bit. Feel like if we're going to want to... No, we'll do this bit first. So I think we probably want a little lip here. And I guess that means we also want a little lip basically at the same place, but like slightly scaled in. So we want that to be scale in everything except the Z in just a touch. Even that's probably too much. And then grab in the Z and just pull it up a tiny little bit. Something like that. A little lip for the can, you know? And then we want to eye to inset, do a little scooch in, pull that down, eye to inset. This is probably way more than it needs because you're not going to see most of this stuff. There we go. There's the start of the top of the can, bottom of the can. I think I'm happy with that just being flat. As far as we're concerned, that's probably what we're going to see. So I guess we'll pull that in. I might need to go get a can to make sure I understand. That's possibly the best excuse that I've had for getting an iron brew. So this, we want to pull this edge down a bit. Oh no, Not that edge. Grab this loop. And then everything above that, we want to scale in everything except the Z. And then we'll grab that in the Y. It's a weird looking Coke can, but it is something approximating a Coke can. I think the proportions are wrong. So let's go get an example. Go get an example. Back in a second. All right. So we have our example here. So we have... Oh, so we do have a ridge at the bottom. I tell a lie. Shit. That comes in just a scooch more. Pretty much goes straight down, which is weird. That is quite a sharp. I think it's actually sharper than that. That angle is in fact a bit more like that. About right? Very scientific this, you see. In fact, actually, let's just put that in orthogonal. And I'm going to hold this up until it is about in... Oh, god damn it. Oh, for fuck's sake. There we go. Right. There we go. So that's about right. Needs to be a little bit taller. Oh, that's surprising. This actually needs to be quite a bit lower down. G, Z, super scientific. And this needs to be shift and Z, scale, shift and Z. So we're doing that like that, and you're coming in until you're about there. That's about right. And then a little bit higher up. So apparently that's roughly the dimensions of an iron brew can. And I'm tempted to not bother with the top bit, but I guess I probably should. That doesn't look too bad, I suppose. It does like that. Modeling the top part's going to be a little bit fiddly, isn't it? How many pulleys are we at? Significantly fewer than the mess, which I think is good. Maybe I could just let the texture handle this. Let's just for kicks. Let's stick a. Can we? If I select all of these. No, it's not going to let me dissolve nicely, is it? It's not just going to let me grab this one and say, alright, well, merge these two. Can I do that? Can I just dissolve faces and then just do repeat? Oh, what am I doing? There's a much better way to do this. Idiot. Because we can just, what we can just do is grab this. Ba 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 ba. GG edge slide. And now suddenly it's all perfect. Okay, so we'll do this in... What category do I put this in? I guess it's not chemicals, not organics. Reagents, I guess? New folder. Cooler. Well, that's the more I look at it, the better it looks. I'm not bothering with the bottom. Am I bothering with the top? I feel like I should probably bother with the top. What would you even make that out of? Let's come out and see if we can figure something out. A Taurus might be a decent start. Is there a nice easy tutorial on how to do a Coke can? Do you know, I'm going to go super lo-fi and I'm going to start with a fucking cube and we're going to just work this out a little bit at a time. Have this Blender Guru. I'm going to start with the middle bit. Scale the Z. We're just going to extrude. Actually, let's mirror this. That would be good, wouldn't it? That would be good. If we did a mirror modifier. Let's do a mirror modifier. In the y-axis, I think. Or is it the z-axis? Nope, it is the y-axis. Nope, it is the x-axis. And we want clipping. So now this should, yep, that's exactly what we want. And it's exactly what we want. So we're going to start with this. I guess we'll grab these edges. Can I select this edge loop? No. Grab in the X. Oh, well, it's already done that, I guess. So we want that to come in a bit. Scale like that, I suppose. Oh, no, well, actually, I suppose first we want this bit. Then we want to extrude a little bit out this way. And scale that up a touch in everything except the Z. And then maybe we could just extrude again, but then, oh no, actually, that's probably fine. Then we can pick this face, extrude down, extrude again, bring this in a bit. Extrude again. And then extrude inwards, snip it together. That's now nicely snipped. We can extrude upwards again. Extrude a little bit more. Do you know, fucking nobody's watching, but it's kind of interesting what you can do if you just sort of like allow yourself to be crap at it and just give it a go anyway, you know? So I want, I think that to be there. Pull that along like that. That's it. And then I guess I just need to round it out a bit. You know? Let's do that. Guess I could put one here just for the sake of, I mean, this is probably far end of a fart for the edge of a, you know, the pull tab on a Coke can. That isn't really going to be on screen very closely. And then I guess on the inside, same deal. Yeah. Nope, not the whole one. Just this bit. Just this bit. And pull that in a little bit, I guess. It's not terrible. And I guess if I pick this, if I could select this whole edge loop, which it doesn't seem to want to let me, but if I can try and bevel that just a little bit. And where does that live? It lives there, pointing there. So basically like there-ish. And scale to be a bit bigger. There. That's not terrible. And then I think this probably wants to come out a bit more. Let's try and scale this in a little bit. Can I do that? I grab all of this and just scale. This is going to go horribly wrong, but maybe we'll just let it go horribly wrong. Yeah. Why not? Scale everything except the Z. Scale just in the X. Maybe that's what I'm after. Yeah, I think it is. Scale just in the X. There we go. And then we want just this line, I think. What the fuck did I just do? Control plus. No, not like that. Like this. Scale just in the X. That's a bit better. This is I think better for what we're trying to do. I just grab that. Scale just in the X. And then I guess just grab these few edges here. Yeah. Let's just grab this stuff. Grab that, pull that in a bit. Maybe rotate these a bit in the Z. There we go. That's a bit more like, I think it's rotation that we're missing. But screw it. It's good enough. It's good enough for now, you know? Good enough to get us started. It at least looks like a Coke can to an extent. You know what it's supposed to be, which is probably more than most of my models can say. So, shading. I think it would be good if we had most of this is silver color and then the middle like some other color. So I guess we'll make 2 slots. And for slot 1, we will select everything. Assign that to slot 1, and then we will select just these and we will assign those to slot 2. And now for slot 1, we'll add a new material and we will make it grayish. And then for slot 2, we'll add a new material and we'll make it reddish. And this is also going to have material on it. So What do we want material 1 to actually look like? Well, we want it to be very metallic, I suppose, don't we? And it's kind of rough, actually, I suppose. Not like super rough, but it isn't super shiny either. It's not shiny. Maybe like there-ish. And I guess we want the colour to be a bit brighter. Maybe even brighter still. Yeah, something like that. Something there. And then material 2. We'll just leave it at that, but we want more metallic, but even more rough though. Although actually maybe not. Well, we'll make it more rough for now, and then we'll worry about the rest later. There we go. Well, it's not perfect, but it is recognisably a can of pop, I would say. Okay. So maybe we'll give it a texture at some other point, but for now, I think that'll do. So I'm going to save that, and then we'll export that as well. This isn't even the game that I want to make. I don't really want to make this game. Like, I found a way to make it fun for me, but this isn't my fucking game. Okay. Well, by the by. So reagents include only selected objects. Export. But hopefully this is now the power of this stuff here. Is that I can start making. Oh, I've got a water icon actually. I've got a Coke can. Oh, let's quickly. Do you know what? Let's go get the tablet. Draw some goddamn stuff. Just quick bits. Yeah, so we don't want that. Just want a regular brush. A regular hard brush. Yep, that's the one we're after. So we're going to change. We're going to change this to be quite. No, not that. size to be quite a bit smaller. Not that small. Probably a bit bigger than that. That'll do. And we want kind of a that's probably enough to get us started, I think. That does not say cola. There we go. And then we want a fill somewhere. Fill tool. And we'll pull in this nice angry red. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, maybe what we should do is a thicker brush for font. In fact, we might even be able to find a brush that sort of does kind of calligraphy style stuff. Maybe. Have a look. Like a flat edge or something. So we don't want red, we want black. And then we want like a nope. That is it, but it's not that. It's kind of a you see, that's not really what we're after, but it sort of is at the same time. It's not really it, is it? Let's go with a felt tip marker or something like that. That's not too bad, I guess. And then maybe I can try and join that up there. Could be worse. Could be worse. God knows how I'm going to make actual final assets for this, like. With great difficulty, I think. Screw it. That'll do for now. Export as reagents. Cool. So we've got coal there. Can I do another one? Can I clear the image? Clear? Can I do clear? Yeah, I can. Great. Let's do a glass of water as well. This guy, I think? No. Oh, that's weird. Why would I want to do that? It's so strange. Alright, well, this guy. So we just want a brush and significantly smaller. No, that's small. God. Yeah, that'll do, I guess. So we want kind of a no, because we're still doing red. Do. Beautiful. Export water. I think we actually have a blend file for that. Chem game, assets, ingredients. We have cola. Or is it chemicals? Did I put it in? Oh, we got cold medicine apparently. I started cold medicine. So maybe I could make one for that while I'm here. Clear. Do the same thing. Let's start with the open bit of the box, you know. Something like that. So I guess maybe here again, probably do like a red, but maybe like a dark red, you know. How do we just do a fill? It'd be nice to be able to just do a fill on here. But I think I have to specifically go select it. I think we have the right colour now. Do we? We might find out. And then I guess if I pick an even darker value, then that's going to make it look like shadow, I suppose. Oh shit. Not perfect, but then nothing I do is. Maybe like an off-white for the off-yellow for the. Yeah. Do you know, I think this is probably easier with the fucking mouse. There we go. It's not the end of the world. It'll do for now. Cold. And we can do the herb as well. Can I rub out from here? Oh, I can. Lucky me. It'd be great if I could just go back to the regular brush from there, you know? But no. Well, I can probably just fill in colours just as easily like this. Alright, so we want like a brownish. That'll do for soil, I think. Then we want like a redder, still red, but like a darker, kind of washed out, sort of terracotta kind of colour for this. And then pretty good. Okay. Yep, that'll do. Let's just call that green. And then as if by magic, we should be able to change that to blue. And blue. And save that as blue. And then red. And then we can export that as red. What else do we have that we haven't made? We made a few things, I suppose. Could make an energy drink. And just make a really tall cola can as a placeholder. Could make chewy mints. Make an energy drink, I suppose. Do you know what? Screw it. Got 15 minutes left. Let's make a few more while we're here. What do newt eyes look like? I'm going to make an executive decision that newt eyes look like. They got that kind of eyeball-y, kind of demon eye kind of shit going down. So we're going to pick that. We're going to go ba 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 ba. I'm going to move this around. Can I move it around? No, I can't. Can I grab it like that? And then, no, apparently not. Can I do this? Yes, of course I can. But fuck. If I can move it. Oh, there we go. I can. So maybe what I could just do is Control C, Control V, and then shrink this right in, and just sort of stick that on top of there. And maybe like I don't see what's just happened there. Exactly what I'm after. Alright, well, we'll maybe just let this be how it be. And we'll just do that. And then maybe we'll do like a... Not quite red. More red. Reddy orange, I guess. But brighter. Nope. That'll do. Do you know, it's occurring to me, why am I bothering to make this placeholder art if I'm not going to do anything with it? So I think maybe what I need to do is put the recipes in and worry about the art later. But I think it would be nice to get at least a few in with distinguishable items to be able to see if it works with more of these recipes in place. So we'll leave it there for now, but we'll put some of these in now, I think, because now we should. This might be potentially where I can try and try and feel a little bit better about some of the stuff that I've done for this, you know? Because really, right now, I've spent all day doing this. And other item doesn't mean anything. Donut doesn't mean anything. In fact, let's go hog wild. Let's get rid of the donut. Let's get rid of other item. Let's not get rid of mess, because we do need mess. Let's not get rid of maggots, because we do need maggots. It would be lovely if I could delete this and not break this. Oh wait, no, I think I totally can. Is that's the maggot node, isn't it? Yes, it is. So I think I can delete this. And I think I can just consume maggots.tscn. There it be. Yeah. So I think I can basically just move this. Put. Or move. Can I move it? Move to Chem game, ingredients, mesh, move. It's crashed. Good. Always good when it crashes moving a file. Oh, because it was open. I guess it was because it was open. So I guess now we want to do some of these. Some of these are going to be straightforward and some of these aren't, I guess. We don't have any other meshes right now. But we should have a bunch of... Oh, it's because I haven't exported them as GLBs. Of course. Right, well, let's export our Canon tab as cola.glb. Oh no, I have. I totally have. Oh, there they are. So there's Cola. How does it look? Not great. Okay, so we need to apply that mirror modifier. Can I tell it to apply the mirror modifiers? Skinning, armature, shape keys, material, mesh, apply modifiers. There we go. So now we should be able to open cola.gb. There it be. Beautiful. That almost looks like cola. Where's water? I'm sure I made water at some point. Why is water missing? Or did I not save it as a... That's probably because I didn't save it out, did I? So let's have a look at some of the other ones we've got. Reagents is in... Maggots.blend. Oh, they're in here. So I guess we'll pull up dihydrogen monoxide, which is Not at all shaded, apparently. So let's shade that, I guess. So we want this. I guess we want to check this. So it's going to be plus for that. So they want to be one slot. Assign. And then can I invert the selection? And create a new slot and assign that. So this is going to be water. What colour is water? Slightly blue, I guess. But we want alpha very low and IOR higher, I guess. And we want the same deal. But a higher IOR. Is this where I have to put it in cycles to be able to see it properly? No, it isn't. I need to turn on ray tracing, I think, was it, or something like that? Method, not Light Pro. It's not ray tracing I turned on, is it? What did I turn on? Curves, performance, no. I can't remember what I turned on to get it working again nicely. Nope, none of that. I could have sworn there was a way that I did it. Oh, there it is. Right, okay. So I think if we do it properly, let's do it in cycles and get it properly. Yep, so that'll do for that, I think. Slot 1, material 1. Helps if you turn the roughness down, I think, as well, probably. Okay. But I think we probably want to make the water a bit more blue. Even though it's fake. that water isn't actually that blue. But we do want it to at least show up a little bit. Yeah, I think the alpha is too low. Whoa. Save. We want it to be a little bit less transparent, I think. Let's try that. What's that look like? It's still not great. What if we set it to nothing? Does it look different from a... Oh shit, I closed it. Is it because I've set this IOR way too high? And possibly too high on this one as well. Yeah, it is. That seems not so bad. Do you know, we'll go with that. We'll pull that out. We'll see what that looks like. The hydrogen monoxide. There's no transport. There's nothing to apply, really, is there? We just want to include the selected objects. Pull that out. And we're going to open another one. Cold medicine. I don't think cold medicine has any shading yet, does it? No. So we'll make those, I guess, just like a slight, like I did for the other ones. We'll just make them like a slightly off-white kind of colour. Slightly less pissy, you know? Nope, not material 2. That. Same again. And we'll just make this red. And then a darker red. Something like that. Okay. So we'll save that. We'll select those objects. Not the light. That is definitely from Factorio. Can do herb. So we've got a green. Do we? Oh, did we do? Oh, we didn't. We didn't. So we want a new material. Call it blue. And we will make this kind of a... Yeah, that'll do. And then we'll do another material, and this could be red, and we'll just shimmy around until we find a decent looking red. We don't want it to be too red, but you know, reddish. Good. So now we can select some stuff. All of these, perhaps. God, I didn't actually. I did. Fucking did as well. Idiot. Right, well, we'll do... Right, so that's herb 1. So we'll export this as green. But I do need to select the appropriate cylinders. Export as green herb. Then we're going to do change the materials of all of these except for that first one to red. Oh. It would be nice if I didn't have to do this all one by one, but okay. I suppose the situation when you're doing that is fairly rare. I suppose I could do shift. Was it shift and Y to redo? Shift and R. No, that doesn't count apparently. And then on this, I need to set slot 3 to be red. So now we can export that as red. But I first need to make sure that I've selected all the cylinders again. We just want to include the selected objects. There we go. And repeat the process, this time with blue. And select the cylinders. This time you do it ahead of time so you don't have to redo it. Alright. Do we have anything else we can export? I don't think. That was all the models I made, isn't it? Yep. Alright. Well, now we have some other things that we can make things out of. Oh. Incroyable. So we're going to get rid of Donut Trez. We're going to keep Maggot. We're going to keep Mess. We're going to get rid of other item. Because now we have actual goddamn models to play with. I think that means we can now get rid of ingredient.tscn. Yep. Why is player.gd in with scenes? I'm gonna put that up a level. Because I don't think that necessarily belongs in there. Yeah. Okay. So now I think we can make some real ingredients or genuine placeholder that isn't just proof of concept stuff. So we'll make green herb. So now with greenherb.trez, we can do green herb, ingredient type organic. Recipe component, it doesn't have a recipe, it will be unlocked, I guess. So we'll add UI image of green.png, I guess. In the wrong place, but you know, it'll do. Greenherb.glb. And then we can do the same thing with something else. But let's do the ones so we can actually get that first recipe done. Water, DDO. So let's give it the display name of dye, hydrogen monoxide, and an internal name of reagent. Again, doesn't have a recipe. So we will quick load a UI image, which is going to be water. Model scene is going to be hydrogen monoxide. Resource Polar. Nope. Polar. Here we go. And we'll call this a reagent. Again, no recipe. Cola. Oh, I forgot to fill in the top and bottom, didn't I? Tit. Cola. There we go. So now I guess what we could do. Open anyway. Yeah, of course it does. The donut factory isn't making the donut factory anymore. So let's get rid of our donut. Well, let's not get rid of the donut factory, but let's rename the donut factory to be something, or do something else, you know. Spawnable ingredients. Let's say it can make see, this is the thing. I haven't actually made any of the results yet, have I? Homeopathic panacea. Be really funny. Oh, technically, I suppose there's nothing stopping it. Because the ingredient name the internal name could be the same. There could technically be different items that have the same purpose. So I think it would be really funny if you had water and then homeopathic panacea was the display name, but it behaved exactly the same way as water. I'm going to write that down because that would be nice. And that takes us well over 10 PM. It's 10:10. And there's one person watching. I wonder who that is. But thank you for watching if you've been here from the start. And I will catch you later. But I think that's going to do it for me for today, because frankly I've had enough of game dev for today. I'm not sure I'm going to finish this. I'm not sure I have the energy to do it. Not right now, anyway. But yeah, thanks for watching, and yep, same time Monday, 7 PM, 6:30 with a bit of Resident Evil. But yeah, catch you next time. Thank you.